Gays Against Groomers is a Twitter account that's become extremely popular in the last year because it's exactly what it sounds like. It's gay and lesbian people who are against the sexualization of children. They don't stand with what the current LGBTQIA lobby is. This is the story. I want to read you their tweet. They say, breaking, a transgender representative in Minnesota has introduced a bill that will remove the exclusion of pedophiles from the protected class of quote unquote sexual orientation. Gays Against Groomers says, this means it will be illegal to discriminate against child rapists. They tweet, this is what we've been sounding the alarm on. There is a concerted effort to normalize the sexualization of children and to legalize pedophilia. This is just one more step toward that end goal. We need everyone to join in this fight before it's too late. I'm going to read you the text of this bill. Okay, so the text of this proposed piece of legislation, it's a legislator in the state of Minnesota who identifies as transgender. This person has introduced a bill that would add pedophiles to protected sexual orientation status. This is the text of the bill. A bill for an act relating to human rights. Apparently, the sexual abuse of children is a human rights, according to this transgender legislator. A bill for an act relating to human rights, removing certain sections in the Human Rights Act that allow for discrimination based on sexual orientation, amending Minnesota statutes 2022 sections blah blah blah. Be it enacted by the legislator of the state of Minnesota that Minnesota statutes 2022 section 363A.03 is amended by adding a subdivision to read gender identity. Gender identity means a person's inherent sense of being a man, woman, both, or neither. A person's gender identity may or may not correspond to their assigned sex at birth or their primary or secondary sex characteristics. A person's gender identity is not necessarily visible to others. Sexual orientation. Sexual orientation means, this is going to be added as well, means having or being perceived as having an emotional, physical, or sexual attachment to another person without regard to the sex of that person, or having as being perceived as having an orientation for such attachment. And it scratches out the exclusion, the previously existing exclusion that said sexual orientation does not include a physical or sexual attachment to children by an adult. This transgender legislator crossed that out, wants to eliminate the exclusion of pedophiles. So as Gays Against Groomers said, this means it will be illegal to discriminate against child rapists. Super heavy way to start the show, isn't it? Extremely disturbing to think about this. This is what happens when we actively investigate what's behind these ideologies.